haters and people who talk shit about what you're doing. What's up guys, it's Felix from Giant Lifestyle, and this video is to talk about why people hate and why people talk shit about what you're doing and the moves you're making in life. So this video could or could not be quote unquote subliminal. I just had a few people that in my life that I know from, growing up with, that basically discovered I had a YouTube channel. And the amount of people who know I have a YouTube channel is substantially growing, and it's something that I embrace. I used to not make a YouTube channel because I used to be scared of what people thought about my videos, but the only way to really succeed in life and to never miss opportunity is to not care about what anybody thinks, because in the end nobody really cares. They might talk shit for a few minutes, but in the end they have to get back to living their life, so it doesn't really matter what they think. But in the end, the confidence that I've gained from having this YouTube channel is something that I can't put a number on it. But in the end, let's get back to the video as far as why people actually hate or talk shit or try and make it seem like you're not doing something or you're doing something wrong. Is simply not because they're mad at you or what they think what they think that you're doing isn't cool or good or in the right direction. Most people actually respect it. If they see you, that you're an entrepreneur, that you own your own business, that you're making money without a job, you built some sort of personal brand for yourself, or you built a name, or you've built fame for yourself, they actually respect it. Most people will be like, can't lie, that's pretty impressive. Like, and it's a really cool feeling, man. Like when your family tells you they're proud of you, or like someone tells you like, wow man, I haven't seen you in like 4 or 5 years. I went to this family party actually like 3 weekends ago, and I left after like an hour and a half, but my mother stayed there because she knows everybody at it was like a family friend party from somebody I grew up with in grade school. And my mother told me that everybody there couldn't believe what I was doing and was like super impressed by the companies that I run, the businesses I own, and the property that I own and redevelop. And it's a really cool feeling to know that your hard work is paying off and people can see it in your other eyes. But this is a known fact, and this is my GoPro tripod case, that strangers, people who don't even know anything about you, will actually support you more than your friends and your family. There's a good chance that your friends and your family will hate on you because you might have started in the same position as them and you skyrocketed past them. And that's the main reason they hate, literally thinking you're starting in the exact same position. You had the same neighborhood, you went to the same school, you had the same friends, you had the same job. Everything was the same for, I don't know, the first 15, 20 years of your life. And then after you turn, I don't know, your certain age, or you have your epiphany about your dreams, your goals, your successes, you just skyrocket. And I had that at 19 or 20. I read this book and I literally never looked back. As soon as I read this book, I dropped out of college and started chasing my real estate career. And fast forward to that, I make about $25,000 a month. I own 2 properties that are close in value of about $500,000. This property that I have right now is a duplex. Even though it's messed up, I picked it up for $16,000 and it is actually worth about $250,000. Let me show you to you guys real quick. So this property, so you guys can see it, I bought this property for 16 grand and the value of it is $250,000 all fixed up. So I'm in the process of fixing it up, and that will basically be a cash flow for life. But that's the reason people hate, man. It's not because what you're doing isn't good or of a certain level. The things that you're doing is probably amazing, and there's a reason there's so few people at the top and such a large amount of people on the bottom. Is because what you're doing, or what the 1%, 2%, 3% of the top people in this country, in this world, as an economic level, is because it's so hard. It's so deteriorating. Everybody's trying to pull you down. Bills, roadblocks. There's so many things that really test you out to see if you want it, that it divides the people who want it and the people who don't want it. And the people who don't want it get exposed and break down and they quit. And when they see somebody that didn't break down and didn't quit and actually stuck it out and got what they wanted the whole time, but they weren't strong enough to get it or aren't strong enough to pursue it, that's when they make smart comments. They hate, they talk shit. It's because they were never strong enough to get it in the first place. I can think of so many times where I stayed in my house working on my business. I didn't go out, I didn't party, I didn't chase girls, I didn't do any of that. And I still keep that to a very minimum. Every single day is, working on my business and trying to grow my, you know, my assets and all 3 companies that I have right now. And, you know, people hate, but I know that when they're hating, it's not aimed at me, it's actually aimed at themselves. When people make smart comments, it's not really because they don't like what I'm doing, it's actually because they compare themselves to me. I know that because I used to compare myself all the time. I used to compare myself to others all the time, and that actually was what was holding me back for so much. I feel like every time you compare yourself to others, you actually tick the level of success you're gonna have. You ever play like a video game and once you hit a certain level, the bar resets? That is what your success meter is. And every time you hate on somebody or, you know, compare yourself and be like, okay, oh man, he's done this, this, and this in 2 years. I have this much time. Lower success. Okay, this person did this. Your success drops. You have a less that meter to level up to rank, I don't know, prestige or whatever, Call of Duty, it actually drops. So instead of being 2,500 experience from leveling up or prestiging, you actually are now 5,000 experience. That's how you have to think about the negative side effects of comparing yourself to others. Don't compare yourself to others. Wherever you're at, make a game plan and just execute and get to wherever you're trying to go. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing, and don't hate on anybody else because you don't know what they've been through. I always say, like, you know, anything I do, it always takes me like crazy long. I've been doing real estate for 5 years, and you know, I own 3 properties. I've made some good money, but I've seen people who started real estate and it seemed like in their first year they made 100 grand. For me, it never works that way. But what I know that does work is persistent action. Persistent action trumps everything. You will see success if you just keep persisting. But as far as people who hate on you, man, they're not really mad at what you're doing. They're more or less mad at themselves. That, you know, 1, they're not in the position that you're in, or 2, depending on who that person is to you, you might have started in the same position and you skyrocketed past people. That kills them. It eats at them. And the only way that they can, you know, try and catch up with you without having to do massive amount of work is maybe by, you know, throwing some shade or throwing some comments. And then I think about those lyrics by French Montana, who said, when the hate don't work, they start telling lies. And I haven't had that too much of an experience yet, but I'm sure it'll come, because there's 2 ways to address haters. Number 1, just keep going hard, keep seeing success. And that's really, I don't even know the number 2, the second way. I don't even acknowledge them. I'm like, oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thanks for the nice comments. I get troll comments on my YouTube, and I always respond with, thanks, man. That was a nice comment. I've nice thought of you. And they'll comment me back saying, no, man, I didn't mean that. Somebody else commented it. Like, somebody literally commented. I have a few marketing campaigns going on Instagram and Facebook, and somebody made a hate comment. And I personally messaged them from my personal Facebook page, like, what's up, man? This is what you commented? And he's like, no, man, that wasn't me. My friend commented that. I'm like, okay. I'm sure he commented that now that I exposed you and brought you face to face, because, you know, a hater is like somebody who doesn't want to be faced with reality. Listen, man, you're not in the position you want to be in. Don't be mad at me. I didn't tell you to be in that position. I didn't tell you to be wasting your time. We could all do it. There's enough out here for everybody. I just chose my decisions wisely. So this video is going to be going on 9 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Listen, a hater's never mad at you, man. They're most likely mad at themselves. That's why they're hating. That's why they're talking shit about you. And the only thing you can do is keep moving in the right direction. Action, consistent and persistent action will get you to any goal you want to do. I will have 100,000 subscribers. When? I don't know. But I know that consistent uploads will get me there eventually. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to slap a like on it and subscribe if you haven't. I'm almost at 2,500 subscribers. And also follow me on Instagram at IamGiantLifestyle. Almost at 1,500 followers on there. I appreciate everyone's support. See you guys later. Peace.